So I previously recorded a voice note, but then I realized that I didn't add the voice note capability to transcribe the voice note into this. I'll probably update you guys on that and put that into a future video. Once I hit execute workflow, it's going to start listening for messages. And then in Notion over here, it's going to drop the Notion page with the script and the caption in this idea column over here. So yeah, let's execute workflow. He's going to start listening. I'm going to send him the message, say, hey, I need XYZ scripts. He's going to start operating. As you can see, he's looking to like make a plan now. And then he's going to call the scripting workflow and the captions workflow. But before he does that, he's going to create the Notion database page. Yeah, there we go. He created a Notion database page. And then now he's calling the scripting workflow to get the scripts. We can just check on the page so far. There's the page right over there. That's basically the notes that I gave it. It's still scripting currently. Let that script for a bit. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. All right, now that it's scripted, it's getting like a detailed report for scripting, and now it's going to write captions. So script is over there, caption is over here, and then in Slack it's going to give me a detailed report. Then as we can see, we have a quick summary of everything. Yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna go through the build now, but if you just want to license this AI workflow, then you can just check the link in the description and then book your demo, and then we can make this custom to your business, because the build I'm going to be going over isn't going to be very custom. Without any further ado, let's get to building. All right, so the very first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting a Slack trigger. Looking at the triggers, and then we're going to look for a new message posted to channel. For Slack credentials, you're going to want to set up these credentials over here. I have a video link down below on how to do like your whole Slack credential setup in terms of setting up an app, putting it into Slack, and then doing all of this. I'm not going over that in this video because I've already done that. You can just watch the video down below on how to do that. And then the channel to watch, you want to select the channel that it's going to watch. Obviously, I obviously have a dedicated channel that it's going to watch for in my Slack over here. Here it is. And then you just want to test this. So you want to execute step. It's waiting for a message. I'm going to drop a message into Slack because it's listening for one. I'm going to say hi, hit enter, then go back here. As you can see, it's already received it. That means this node is working. All right, so the next node that we're going to need is going to be an AI agent node, which is going to be like the central hub of everything. We're going to get this AI over here, AI agent, and then we're going to use the define below option. And then that's going to be the user message. We're also going to need to add a system message. Basically, I'm going to sum it up like this. The system message tells the AI agent how to think. The user message just gives additional context and additional data to the system message and the task that the AI has to specifically do. Okay, so for like my Larry IG manager prompt, I'm going to go into my Notion and then get that prompt. I've got like a whole database of prompts here. Copy this, and then I'm gonna paste it into the system message. And then I'm going to say, this is what the user said. And then I'm going to get the message from Slack, which is the text. But first, let me just change this to an expression so I don't have to go through this nonsense again. I'll put the JSON text in there. I'm going to connect a chat model, or he's going to go with Claude because it's the best for writing. I think it's on par with like ChatGPT 4 now. Before, Claude used to be like the thing for writing. So now we have all of this, and then I'm going to test it. See what it does. Okay, cool. Now that that's done, it's time to plug it up to the different workflows. With each of the workflows, which do the executing, I have this when executed by another workflow node, which basically is plugged into each workflow. So this over here is the Instagram captions workflow, and how I plug that in is that I have the page ID over there, and I've set it to allow any type, just because I don't know what formats the AI is giving this data in, whether it be in JSON, whether it be like a raw string, HTML. I don't even want to know that. I just want the captions workflow to know, hey, this is the page ID. I need you to put the caption on this page. Here's the page ID so you know which page it is. That's all I want to know. And then I have the same thing set with the scripting workflow node, essentially. I have when executed by another workflow, and then that's also looking for a page ID. So that's how I have it set up. So the tool, I want to use the call, move my big head, call init workflow tool. I'll add that in. And then I'll choose from the list of workflows that I have. I'll use the Instagram captions automation. Then I'll tell it to call this workflow to write the captions for the video ideas and the page ID, because that's essentially what it's going to be looking for, and how all of these workflows are going to know where to put the data in. I'm going to let the AI model define this, because like Larry AI himself is going to be creating the page, so he knows the page ID and he's going to relay it to these different tools. So I'm going to leave that as that, and then I'm going to add another call init in workflow tool to call the scripting workflow, and then it's also going to need a page ID. Yeah, okay. Instagram Reels scripts. Reel scripts. And then I'm going to add a Notion tool so that I can know what page to create. Then let's say parent page by ID. Then I'll let the AI model define that and define this. I'm basically giving the AI model like creative freedom to like define these different pages, so that it's going to relay all of this to the different workflows, which is the scripting workflow and the captions workflow. Give that to them. Okay, database page, not page. Needs to be a database page. Create a database page for the workflow. It's going to be short form AI. I need to execute the Notion database page first. I just call it test page for AI automation workflow. I'm gonna hit execute step. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna steal this page ID over here, grab that, copy and paste that. Then over here, I'm gonna execute this step, paste the workflow and execute that. While it executes, I'm just gonna lean back, step back and relax. You dig? Okay. Property view is now, it's already made the caption. Here's the caption over here. And then we can look for that caption in Notion. Let's go look in Notion for that caption. Test page, caption is there. Sick. All right. And now we'll move on to the next tool, which is for the scripting workflow. I'm going to execute step. I'm going to paste the page ID, execute that step, wait for that to execute. Obviously, this is going to be a longer execution because, oh, it's done. Never mind. And then let's look at the page. Completed script is right over here. And then now that that's done over there, I'm going to add a Slack. Select send a message. And then I want to send a message to channel. And then from the list, I'm going to select this one over here. It's going to be a simple text message. Let me just execute the previous nodes. Message text is going to be the output. And then I'm going to hit execute step, and then I'll wait for that. There it is. Perfect. And just like that, you have now created your own Instagram manager, which is going to manage your scripting workflow and your captions workflow. Now, if you want all my prompts, one-on-one support, and basically me hopping on a call with you, setting up a system like this, just click the first link down below, join the batch of blueprints. As soon as you come in, you're going to be sent a link to schedule like your setup call to set up the system that you want. Then just like that, you're going to have your system set up if you're struggling. And if you found value from this, just like, comment, subscribe.